What is up? What is up, Raider Nation? Welcome to a special episode of the Most Notorious Podcast with me, myself, your boy Cheeto Linus, and my boy Raider Will. What's going on, big dog? You're muted.
What's up? Hey, all I gotta say is it ain't my fault.
No.
I do that. It ain't my fault.
Thank you all for being patient. Thank you for being patient. But with it being a long, well, not long week, but kind of a long week because we'll play Thursday and we don't play again until Monday. What better way than to bring you a special guest, special person today? So let's bring him on. None other than our boy. Oh, where'd he go? He left. Oh.
Vance.
Vance.
Are you there?
There he is.
I see Vance. We got. I think.
There he comes. He left. He came back. We lost him. Yeah,
we lost him. Huh?
He'll come back. But yeah, we have Raider great Vance Mueller on the show today. I thought it would be good to have. I've been bugging Will so we can get more players on the show today. So today happened to be the day, and then it kind of coincides with other stuff we got going on. But hopefully he'll come right back in. I'm sure you'll message him. Right
now, let me see here. Let me message him right now. Hey,
there he is.
There he is.
There he is.
Oh, let's go.
What's up, everybody? What's going on, Grand Junction?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, doing good, man. Good to see you guys.
Man, you too. To me, I always get humbled when we have players come on the show. One of my biggest things as a kid, like if I see any player in a Raider uniform, to me, you're like, you're glorious to me because you were able to wear that amazing uniform. So appreciate you for making time and coming through to the show with us today.
Oh man, it's my pleasure. Raider Nation, we're family, baby. The Raider fans, I mean, it's like a lifestyle. It's like rock and roll. You either are or you aren't. And the ones that are in, they're all in, man. It's all
right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But yeah, I was telling you earlier before we came on, you're from my era. You played with the Los Angeles Raiders.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So you were one of the greats of the Los Angeles Raiders. So it's even better or bigger for me because that's the era I grew up in. Obviously, I'm a Raider fan no matter where they play, but to be able to know that you were part of the Los Angeles and that whole era, that whole nostalgia had to have been like amazing to have been part of that, even if it was for a short time.
Well, it was the big thing for me because I went to college in Los Angeles. I went to Occidental College. It was not too far down the road from the Coliseum. So I'd always been a Raider fan. My parents were huge Raider fans. And to be drafted by the Raiders was an amazing experience for sure.
Right. And you were a 4th-round pick, right?
I was. And, the day I got drafted, Mr. Davis called me on the phone and picked that phone up, man. It was just, I didn't even think it was real. It was amazing to have him on the other end. Just said, hey,
right.
Do you want to be a Raider? And I said, you bet.
Oh my God! Like, tell me about that experience. Like you're sitting there, and back then the draft was not what it is now, right?
Well, no. Here's the funny thing about it. Back then, 1986, the draft was on ESPN, but it was only the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And so I was actually down at my frat house, and I gave the Raiders. We had a little payphone in the frat house, and I put that phone number as my contact that day.
It's like, Dave,
no.
I'm sitting in there, and Bill Parcells had called my dad the night before from the Giants, and they said they were going to draft me in the 3rd round. So we all kind of skipped our afternoon class and went and turned on TV, and the 3rd round went by, and I didn't get drafted. And then ESPN went off, and the phone rang like 30 seconds after.
Uh-huh.
And one of the guys grabbed the phone, and it was Al on the phone, and they're like, hey, this guy says he's Al Davis on the phone. I said, give me that phone. And so they had traded with the Giants, and then I ended up getting picked by the Raiders, like right at the top of the 4th round there.
Wow. We have some younger fans in our chat. Most of them are older, but I don't
Yeah,
think they understand that you just said you gave them the phone number of the pay phone.
yeah, right. How about that?
Like, how about that? Like,
Hey, not
Yeah,
just
we
any
had this old
payphone.
phone in the house, and we just always kept it in there. And
uh,
it was always reliable, so that's why we left it in there.
oh my god, that's
Bro,
hilarious.
and when somebody has to answer that and they go like, hey, there's some guy named Al Davis on the phone.
Yeah, they didn't
I
realize
feel
it
like,
was actually Al, and I had to run over there and said, "Let me have the phone."
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was a wild experience.
Yeah.
oh
So
man.
did you expect to get drafted? Like, what were your hopes going into that whole day?
Well, I had worked out for a lot of different teams, but I was from a small school, and so I
Right.
honestly, I just didn't know. Um, I did sign with an agent, and
Oh, okay.
he said that he felt like I was like a 50-50 shot that I would get drafted.
Mhm.
But then Bill Parcells called my dad the night before, and I really thought, all right, I have a legitimate chance to get drafted. And so I was all excited. And then all the third round went by, and I didn't get drafted. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I guess they changed their mind. But then
Ah,
the phone rang right after, and then wow, it was just, I was still in school. I was running track. I was getting ready to leave to go to track nationals at that
uh-huh.
time.
Ooh,
And
okay.
so, man, I was just like, there's so much energy. It was just hard to even explain it. So,
That
anyways, when I got drafted, the whole school shut down that day. The president came down, and we just had like a big party that whole day down at the house. It was actually just a totally wonderful and amazing experience.
no way.
That's
Yeah,
great. The whole school is like, we got a guy drafted. He's going to the
yeah,
NFL. It's time to
yeah.
party.
And it went from like 20 guys hanging down at the frat house to having like 200-300 people coming down. We had the local liquor store guy, a couple restaurants. Hey, we
The liquor
brought some
store guy.
food, and oh yeah, it just turned into a great, great day.
Oh my god. And it's funny because Al Davis is the one who called you. And if you think about it, Al was known for taking players from small schools.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You just shared you ran track. So your speedster,
Yeah.
you had Al Davis written all over you. You were like exactly the kind of player he goes after, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you don't really know at the time. You hear all that stuff,
Yeah.
and it just turned out to be really amazing. I'm so thankful for my Raider time. Thankful for the Davis family. Just they've always been great to me and my family, and I just appreciate that whole organization from top to bottom.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah.
So, Vance, let me ask you about this. Let me ask you about the first time that you walked in to the Raiders facility. Your draft pick. You walk in. I mean, like you come from this small town college or a small town school.
Yep.
Now you're with the Raiders. You walk into this facility. You probably see all these legends walking around. You see Super Bowl
Howie,
rings hang. Yeah, you
Marcus.
see Super Bowl rings hanging. I'd be like, how was that
Yeah, when
experience?
you
And I
walk
mean,
through the little practice facility there in El Segundo, which now the Rams practice there just down the road from where we were,
Uh-huh.
uh, you have the Super Bowl pictures and John Madden up on the shoulders and, all these trophies and everything right there. And you walk in, and it's kind of like, whoa. And you just knew that when you walked in the door that the expectations are different here. It's like we expect to win. We expect to be great. We didn't like hope that we were going to have a good year. It was like when you walked in the door, it was like, man, we got to get to the playoffs, and then we need to take it all the way from there. And that's just how we kind of approached every year.
Oh, that's
man,
awesome. Dang.
imagine this, Cheeto. You got a backfield. Bo Jackson is there, right?
Yep.
That's the Bo Jackson era. You got Marcus Allen in the backfield.
Yep. We
And
had
here,
Steve Smith, who was an incredible
Steve
fullback from
Smith.
Penn State.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just legends everywhere you look. It was it was intimidating being there as a rookie. Like, man, do I belong here or not?
Right.
And you got to earn your place there for sure.
Ooh. See, I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of players nowadays, you hear they get drafted, and then they ask them, "You're a Raider now. Like, what does that mean?" Like, you hear about the mystique and things like that. Having you here, having you actually experience that. Like, did you feel the mystique, or like you were like, "Oh, I'm part of this uniform now. I have to set a certain expectation for myself."
No, I didn't feel like I was part of it yet.
Okay.
Um, I think the people around me were really good about, man, hey, you got drafted, but that's like a tiny part of it, man. You got to do
Woo,
the
I
work
love it.
now. If you
Yeah.
want to be a Raider, man, you got to get your mind right to go in there. And I was so raw coming from a small school. I just didn't even really know. I mean, all
Yeah.
of a sudden you're playing with men. I mean, men. And one thing about the Raider Nation, though, and our Raider teams is that I mean, if they welcomed you in, you were in. And the veterans taught the young guys how to play, how to carry yourself, how to be a Raider, because they're like, hey, if I get hurt, man, I need you to go in, and we can't have a drop off. We got to be able to hold it so we can win when we all get healthy and we get back. And that was the
Mhm.
expectation. It's not like I was ever going to take Bo Jackson's or Marcus Allen's job. But if I had to go in there and play him, and I was expected to, be good. Don't make mistakes. Just hold your ground, hold it down, till we get back out there. And so, man, I've really tried to do that.
See that's awesome to hear that had that veteran leadership in the locker room, guiding you the right way. Because I know a lot of the times maybe it's the new age of football. They come in like, oh, I was drafted, I want this or that. But for them to tell you like, no, that's the small step. Now you got to earn your way up around here. That's so awesome
Yeah,
to
no,
hear.
it was like that. Marcus Allen was an incredible leader and probably one of the smartest football guys you'll ever know. I mean, just an amazing athlete and just a great human being.
No, wow.
The
Yes, you
leadership.
the leadership. When you got to that locker, is that who the leaders were for you? Was Marcus was the primary one, or?
Well, I mean, I think there was a lot of guys. Matt Millen was an incredible leader, and
Mhm.
certain guys you didn't want to mess with. Obviously, Howie was one of the leaders on the defense. We had guys
Mhm.
like Jerry Robinson, who was an incredible leader. Lester was still there. Lester was one of the leaders and the great
Oh,
coaches in
Lester's
that locker room.
amazing. Yeah.
So, there's a lot of things going on there. Plus, we had legendary coaches. We had Willie Brown and Freddie Bohnikoff and Tom Flores. And I mean, you just everywhere you turn, there's legends. Plus, on our side of the ball, we had Jim Plunkett. And, Plunk was an incredible leader.
Oh, that is awesome, dude. You Plunkett, Flores, like those are Raider like royalty legends that you are
Oh,
describing right now. Yeah.
oh, for sure.
Yeah. What was it like playing for Coach Flores?
Coach Flores was great. I think he really mentored me quite a bit on how to become a man in the Raider world. And I owe a lot to Coach Flores, and I appreciate him tremendously.
Yeah. Let me ask you a quick question about that, Vance. Like,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people think it's all about the X's and O's, and like when you take a young player and just say, "Hey, all I'm going to do is teach you football." Do you think it's a lot different? Because I mean, like for me, I think as a coach, what I think is I bring you in, you're a 23-year-old young man. Not only do I have to teach you how to play this game, but I also have to help you in being a man and in developing yourself and holding yourself to a certain standard. Do you think that coach is that what Coach Flores did with you guys, or how was that instilled?
It's interesting because we had some older coaches and we had some younger coaches on the staff. But, Coach Flores would always say, it's like, hey, I want you to be yourselves here, but you have to understand that there's an expectation and you have to be professional when it's time to be professional. But my running back coach, Joe Scannella, he he was an old school coach, and he's like, Vance, if you want to be a Raider, you got to be tougher than woodpecker's lips. It's rough out there.
Tougher
You
than
know,
woodpecker's lips.
yeah. Because, we did live pass rush and, live goal line, and I wasn't from that world, I was a running back and, I was kind of, the big fish and little pond type of thing. And I was kind of pampered, I'm sure. And when you go there, there's no being pampered, man. It's all about survival. So, you learn how to do it real quick or you don't make it.
Right. And that's a huge credit to even your accomplishments. 4th-round draft pick. You mentioned the running backs that were in that room that you were in, and you were able to remain on the team for as long as you did. Like, that's not easy. I don't think people realize like how
No,
hard it is to be
it's
able to
not
stay in
easy.
that job.
Yeah. And, I think the thing that helped me was I was kind of a jack of all trades because I could jump in at tailback, I could jump in at fullback, I could play special teams. And I think sort of being able to wear a lot of hats, and a lot of guys in the league, same thing. You see him, you think of Mozart on our team right now, who's a special teams player for a long time. Then he got some success when, San Francisco needed him, and he turned that into a nice career for himself.
Right.
And so being able to do those things, kind of helped you stick around. And if you get a few opportunities and you make a couple plays, that helps you a little bit too. And so anyways, I was just very, I think, like we were talking with Will beforehand, it's like you have to be sort of at the right place at the right time. A lot of things have to line up. There's a lot of luck involved with being able to stick around. And for me, I just think a lot of those things aligned, and I went to the right team at the right time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the right team. Were you a Raider fan before you became a Raider? Haven't gone to Oxford? Yeah?
Yeah, it was. My dad was a huge Raider fan, and so I just kind of grew up in a Raider household. And so to get drafted, my dad was stoked out of his mind when I got drafted by the Raiders.
You see that? I'd be I would be running around my own house. I'd be like, dude, I'm never gonna miss a game.
Yeah, he never missed a game, and he just wasn't that kind of like, he's an old school German dad, and he doesn't show a lot of emotions. But when I got drafted, that was probably the most emotional I ever saw him.
Wow. Yeah, I can imagine having your son drafted to your favorite team. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were just taught up in the old German household. You just put your head down and you work. You don't dream big dreams. You just kind of work and, hope it all lines up. And, he was a military guy. He served in the Air Force for a long time.
Oh, wow. Really?
I was actually born on the Air Force Base in Tucson. And so, he was taught we're blue collar, man. We work. That's what we do. And I said, hey, I want to go to college. I want to play football. And, nobody in my family had ever done anything like that. So he was like, okay, but, don't dream too big. And I'm like, hey, I'm just going to go where it goes.
Well, was that always your goal? Like you wanted to go to college to play football? Or when
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah,
okay.
From the time I was little, I just loved playing football, and I really hoped I'd get to play in college. I was lucky to get to do that. And then when you're playing in college, I don't think you ever, especially when you go to a small school, you don't really think, man, I'm going to be going to the pros. But again, being at the right place at the right time, we went to a school at a time that hadn't had a lot of success, and there was a bunch of freshmen who could have played elsewhere who all ended up going there at the same time. And we took a team that had been like notoriously 2-8 and 1-9 and for 15, 20 years, and then we go 5-5, and then we go undefeated for 3 years in a row. And I just think that all help contribute it, and it's all to just being around great people, and being at the right place at the right time.
Oh man, that is awesome.
Vance, let me ask you about your welcome to the NFL moment. And you're like, hey, right? Yeah, we talked about getting drafted. We talked about this. I'm like, hey, let us know about the snobber knocker, snot bubble hit that you were like, hello.
Well, my first one started in practice because the running backs in our system required to pass block.
Yeah.
So we used to do an ABC after school special, and the young running backs had to stick around with all the starting linebackers and go one-on-one pass rush.
Oh, wow.
And I had to take Matt Millen on an 8-gap blitz head on, full juice.
Oof.
And my neck is still sore. So I can tell you, that was a wake-up moment right there.
Oh, man. Matt Millen coming in full. Oh, God.
Yeah. When I see Matt, I still tell him, man, my chiropractic bill, I owe it all to you, my friend. Good job.
Dang, that is so cool. That is so cool. What about in a game? Like, did you ever get like, oh wow, that guy really does bring the pain like that? You played in an era where hitting was legal.
Oh man, yeah,
where you hit like a grown man.
And I had to pick up some blitzes, but I would say one of my first moments is we were in Chicago playing the Bears, and we used to do this down block where the running back would come in and substitute for the pulling guard, and so I would have to take the interior lineman. So I had to take the fridge head on. And I can tell you that is the biggest human being that I ever come across in my life. Holy moly.
The fridge head on? Oh my Lord.
Yeah, that was something else. I don't think I won that one. I think if we got a stalemate, I did good.
That is insane. Oh my God. That was the pretty intense Bears defense too back then.
Oh yeah, they were good. There was always a challenge playing those guys.
Oh my God.
Man, he played in an era, man, where you're talking like Lawrence Taylor. You're talking like guys that were legit. I'd be like, guys that we talk about like still to this day. So I mean, like you could just imagine the brutality and the absolute physicality that was in that game. I'd be like, that's why they had to take it out of the game.
It was a total different game. You know, you could get horse collared, you could do just about anything in those days. And you know, you had to learn how to do it for sure. And for me, I wasn't playing with guys like that, and it took me a year to learn how to do it. But when I came back my second year, I felt like, you know what, I trained like crazy in the off season, and I felt like, you know I can do this. So I hope I can make this team again and prove that I can do it. And so I was lucky enough to make the team, and then I felt like I improved, 200% from year one to year two, for sure. You're a rookie, you know, I feel like my head was spinning the whole time. You're learning the offense, you're learning the blitz pickups, you're learning all your special teams jobs and different techniques required in all those things. And, you know, I was an R3 on kickoff, which back then they could use a 4-man wedge on kickoff return, and they were all offensive linemen. And my job was to go down and bust the wedge. And, you know, I'm like, what am I doing? You know, you're just running down there like a missile, you know?
Oh, no. You were the wedge buster. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, bro.
Oh,
it was a wild experience for sure. But, man, when I look back on it, it just, you know, I played 6 years, and it just seemed like it went by so fast. Because, you know, you're finishing up the year, the playoffs are over, and you're like, man, I got to get healthy. I got to heal up. I got to start training. Next thing you know, man, you're back in mini camp, and then you're in summer camp.
So that off season isn't as long as us fans like to think it is, huh? It goes by pretty quick.
It's not long at all, especially if you had, and everybody does, you have some dings here and there, and you got to heal up after the season, and then you have to get your mind and your body right and start training again. And you got to come in there in shape and ready to go. And so, I mean, it's a year-round thing for sure. For anybody who takes it serious, I mean, it's always a year-round thing.
Now, we got a good question from our boy Big Luck. What was training like back then? Like before all the science, data, stats that they have now. Like what was training like back
Contraptions.
then? Yeah, I know,
Yeah, I
right?
mean, so like we would show up around 6:37 in the morning. This is in the off season. We'd meet at the facility. We had a group of guys and we had a big hill that went from PCH up El Segundo Boulevard, and we would run 400 yards wind sprints up that hill. And we would start with that. Then we'd head to the facility. We would stretch, have a little snack, and then we get out on the field, and then we would work on footwork, and then we would work on running routes, try to get the quarterbacks there, and we would do all that. Then we take a little break, we have a little snack, and then we go get our lift in. So you lift for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Then we'd eat again, we'd have lunch. We take a little break, and then we would meet in the afternoon and we'd do some type of cardio thing where we'd run basketball games, racquetball games, and then we would just try to finish off with the light lift at the end and then go eat dinner.
So it's like a full on day since 6 in the morning, basically.
Full on day.
Wow.
But I mean, there's a lot of eating in there, and there was a lot of conditioning in there. But
Yeah.
back in the day, man, I was trying to eat like 7,000 calories so I could keep my weight on.
Oh
You said
wow.
7,000 calories?
7,000.
Yeah.
Oh,
What were you weighing back then? Like what was your playing weight?
Well, I came in as a rookie at like 218, and I got up to 238, and so I played a lot of my time at 238.
Yeah, okay, I could see why you would come in as fullback at 238.
ooh, that is thicker than a snicker.
Yeah. That is crazy.
Yeah. But over the years, and especially even in LA, the fan base was just always incredible. And if you were there, coming out of the Coliseum, we'd walked out and our cars were right there and all the fans were right there and they'd be all lined up. And
I was one of them.
We'd go out through the gate all the time and we just hang out with the fans before we went home. They had great barbecue and oh my gosh, just incredible Mexican food all the time. From anything you could want, they had it. And it was just so fun. Appreciated those fans. They were amazing.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to ask you about that because as Raider fans, as a nation, there's, it's Oakland and, they're in LA. Then they went back to Oakland. Now we're in Vegas. It's never going to be the same. But you haven't experienced Los Angeles. Like, what was that like for you having to be able to been in that era, that time frame of the LA Raiders being as big as they were?
Oh, it was incredible because, rap music was really hitting the scene. And all those guys were all right there in South Central around where we were. And so pop and rap music was becoming such a big thing. And it was just like part of Raider culture. And we grew up with that whole era. And man, it was incredible. All the people that you would see at the games. And it was a unique experience for sure. And there was, as you know, there's always stuff going on. I mean, the Lakers were in Showtime. The Kings had Gretzky. The Dodgers, were just coming off the World Series. And it was just everywhere you went, man. It was just something incredible was happening. Tuesday night boxing at the Forum. Oh, my God. So fun. There was just incredible stuff happening all the time. And it was just an amazing era to be young and be an athlete and being in that whole athletic environment at that time. It was really a cool experience.
Oh, that is. You're right.
You need to stop. You're giving Cheeto like all sorts of goosebumps up and down his arm right now. You're bringing him back to. He's about to start crying.
The glory days where all three of my teams were great.
It was an amazing time for sure. It really was.
Yeah, because that was the era of Showtime, Fernando Mania and the Dodgers, and then
how about Gibson hitting that home run
in '88?
Being in the training room, coming out and smacking a homer. I mean, that was one of the most amazing sport moments I've ever seen. The whole place just went bananas.
Yeah. Now, I'm not a big USC fan, so I don't remember. But the whole USC thing too was really big back then. They were like that was
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
we shared a stadium with those guys, so we were
yeah.
definitely in tune with those guys, and it was just a great era all the way around.
Yeah. Is there any memorable moments you have from any game that you can remember from LA, the Coliseum?
I mean, there's tons, but I mean, I think one of my biggest moments were playing the Chargers opening season in '88, and I scored 2 touchdowns in that game, and
Uh
start the season off, and I'm like, that was my first two multiple touchdown game, and I only had one other one, and so that was the big moment for me, and I kind of felt like, oh, this is going to be a great year for sure.
Oh, wow, that must have been amazing having to score two touchdowns like that.
Yeah, no, it was really good because I got one on a fairly long pass, and then I got one in a, I contributed a lot to a big drive down there, and I got to cap it off with the dive over the pile into the end zone for a touchdown. So that was just fun, and everybody, we were just having a blast, and it was really that was a fun game.
Awesome.
Oh man, I'm like, I'm getting chills right now. I'm like, I'm just imagining right now. You're like, oh, the crowd goes.
Hey guys, I don't want to cut you off, but I have to go.
Okay.
I have to
No
get
problem.
back. I have somebody coming over to the house, and so I
Oh, no
have to get
problem. No
back.
problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chip.
But I just want to thank you guys for having me on the show, and I appreciate all the Raider fans. I appreciate you guys pumping the Raiders up. And, a lot of people are not sure, but I just feel like Coach Carroll and Spytech, you give them a year under the hood and then a chance to draft and manipulate things and build this team. I think if you watch them, even though we're not winning, you can see a competitive fire, I think, that feels different out there. So I feel like we're doing some good things. So just keep believing.
Okay.
Hey, keep believing. I feel like Coach will get this thing turned around. It's tough when we're not winning. And I know it's tough on the guys because, they're competing their butts off, man. They want to win. Nobody wants to go out there and fight like that and not win. I guarantee you that. So
Yes, sir.
they're fighting to win. And, we got a huge game against the Cowboys on Monday night. And, it's a winnable game for us. If we can just hold it all together, our defense played the way we did last week, and our offense can start clicking, I mean, we got a chance to beat them. So hang in there, guys. Hang in there. All you Raider fans, hang
I
in.
love it.
And let you know, man, all us former Raider players, we love the Raider fans. We appreciate the nation. We really do. We appreciate you guys.
That's awesome. Appreciate
Oh,
it.
thank
Real
you
quick
so
before
much,
you go,
Vance.
give us a quick score prediction for Monday.
It's so hard to say. I feel like it's gonna be like a 27 or 24 or a 24 to 20 game. I think it's gonna be an interesting game. I really do. I think a
Okay.
lot of people think that the Cowboys are just gonna come in there and throw all over us, but I think you're gonna see a fire that bunch. So I think it's gonna be a good football game.
Awesome. Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vance. We appreciate you for your time. Thank you so much, my brother.
Hey, Western Colorado, let's go.
Let's go. You already heard.
Hey, all right, you guys, I appreciate you. Thanks so much for having me on the show.
Hey, thank you for joining us. Thank you. We need to do it
I'm
again.
sorry I got to run out on you.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
No problem, Vance. Thank you so much for your time.
All right,
Appreciate
you guys.
you.
I'll see you.
Yes,
Bye.
sir.
Bro, you
Oh.
took me back to the heyday of LA.
Ah. And you know what? This is why I love doing these interviews, right? Because he gave us such a backdoor view of like, hey, what it is to be an LA. Like in those times, can you imagine that? Like, bro, you have Marcus Allen hanging out in like he's talking Matt Millen, you're talking Howie Long, you're talking about the guys that we freaking
Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
Jim Plunkett, 2-time Super Bowl winning, bro.
Tom Flores.
Yeah. Lester Hayes. Like, oh yeah, I was chilling with Lester. Like, oh man.
The crazy thing is, like, he said, "Hey, man, I didn't come from a big school.
Do you know how small the school he is? Have you ever heard of Occidental?
Bro, it's small.
Super small here in LA, bro. Super small. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it was like he made it, you know. And
Yeah.
I was talking to him before in the green room, man. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, man, like you're living the dream, like to just sit there and like get drafted and come from out of nowhere to come.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, he's a blue collar guy.
Yeah, he said that about his dad. I didn't know his dad was in the military. That was cool.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Yeah, especially with this month being, veterans and all that stuff. Yeah,
man. I mean, like he's a guy that's down to the salt of the earth, and I really enjoyed interviewing. Man, what a great time. I'd be like, shoot.
And you know what? And I'm glad he tapped into, because we didn't get a chance to ask him, but he brought up the current team and the state, the current state of the team. We come on here and talk about, oh, we're tired of waiting. We're tired. We want to win now. But to hear a former player come in here and tell us, like, we might not see it, but he sees it being a player, where the progress is being made, to be patient, what speed and Spytech are bringing, and to give them time, which is something we've said, right? Even as much as we don't like them right now, you want to change. Maybe your change isn't good right now because we keep doing these changes, So maybe letting time for some consistency on the team would be good for a change.
What gave me hope was this, right?
Hey, Big Lick is right. He still looked ripped, though. He did.
He's still
I'm not going to lie.
Bro, when he said 240 or 238, I was like, oh, bro, I'm 240, but I mean, like, I'm a fat 240. He did this 240.
Oh, man.
So, but, man, I'm like, what gave me hope was this, when he said, hey, man, there has to be a culture setter. There has to be people that bring you into the locker room and give you a way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can see some sort of resemblance from what he had in the 80s in this team, well, it's too sweet.
He said a soft 240.
Hey, just like Jeff is a soft 300.
I know, right?
I love you, Jeff.
Funny.
No, he goes ND all day, Jeff.
This is a good question, Jack. As being a Navy guy playing Notre Dame, who did you pull for? I'll let you know. When I was in the military, there was always a game that I always made money off, and it was Notre Dame versus Navy. Because I didn't go to the Naval Academy. I'm not a midshipman. I was enlisted. So I didn't care about the Navy football team the way they did, because some of them went to the academy and stuff like that. I always pulled for Notre Dame. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you like this: when I was being in the Marines, right, we're a Navy of the Department of the Navy. A lot of our officers are actually all go through the Naval Academy.
Right.
We had two guys that played for the Naval Academy.
See,
and they would always, be watching the games and be doing their thing. But it's really odd that there's really not that many fans for those academies outside of the people that go there.
Mm-hmm.
Or play. There's no really a fan base either, or your kid went there or your family went there, or something attracts you to those schools. It's not because, hey, I was in the Marines that I cheer for the Navy, or because you're in the Air Force that you cheer for the academy.
Yeah, it's normally the people who went to the academy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even right now, like I had put a post on Veterans Day, and an old chief engineer is what we called him, but he was the officer in charge of us. He went to Michigan State. He didn't go to the academy. So this dude would always have Michigan State stuff, right? Like on college Saturdays, you'd see him wearing his Michigan State sweater and like repping that. Like, yeah. So unless you went there, or you had family members who went there, things like that, then those are the ones who will be backing up that team, which makes sense. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Well, but man, Vance Mueller, like when you told me, I was like, bro, that's an LA Raider.
Well, and the thing is to be brought back to those times where?
Oh, he brought me back to them leaving the stadium. Because I legit was a kid, and I remember going with my uncles to the back where that fence he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And they would just come out of that fence like nothing. Come out, say hi to us, chill. People would give them food. They'd come out there with us. Because we would tailgate and still cook after the game. So we'd be out there fucking like reheating stuff and still going. And they would just come out there and just chill with you like that. It was so awesome. Yeah. I mean, not all of them. Obviously, Marcus never went out there like that, but yeah.
Well, I mean, like, of course, because he's gonna get freaking like.
Oh, you get bombarded, bro. Yeah.
let me ask you this, Cheeto. What do you think has changed from those times to these times? Because I feel like in the 80s and in the early 90s, like fans and players had a real attachment to each other. Like they were more attainable to, the regular Joe. Now I feel like anytime that you hear about a player doing a signing or a player doing anything, it's really you have to pay for it.
Right,
you have to do extra, and it's like all these things. Before, it was just like, hey, if you got a signature, it's because you were waiting at the end of the game, and you were like the little kid. Yeah. So, what do you think has changed that has made it so different?
I think one, I don't think it's so much on the players, but you see these people that get those signatures just to make money off of them. So that changes a lot of it too, right? Like getting those signatures and then instantly going and selling them online or eBay, whatever it is. So then it makes players more hesitant. Like, are you really getting this signature as a fan, or are you using it? Like, I know Aaron Rodgers was big on that. He got a lot of crap for it, I think like 2 years ago, not wanting to sign some guy's football or whatever. But he said, I know this guy. I see him all the time. All he does is get signatures and sell stuff. So it makes them a little more like hesitant. And then also too is it's the security. I don't think they come as close anymore. They're not allowed to, for various reasons, But I think back then it was a little different, a different time too. Like we all didn't have cameras. We weren't gonna bombard you with our phone and be all up on you. And if you said something, we're gonna post you like, oh, he said this, or oh, he pushed me. Like that didn't exist back then. Like you just went up to the dude, you saw him, and you greeted him. But I will say this, and it's funny you brought it up. To me, Raiders have been different when it comes to that, even when it comes to prices, with the exception of few. Bo Jackson, Marcus, you got to pay an arm and a leg to get their autograph. I get it. I've gone Arizona. I got a Lincoln autograph on a football. $10. $10. I've seen Lester Hayes at a store. $10 to get his autograph, bro. $10, like nothing. And I don't see other teams do that. And like recently, the Dodgers just won the World Series, so they have all these players doing signings, right? They have like Kike Hernandez and Banda. Dude, Banda was like $100 to get his autograph. Kike is like $150 to get his autograph, and I'm like, Jesus, like that's insane. Like, but it's agencies that hire them and they pay them and they set up these meet and greets. But I think you can still find some like. Here in LA, the City of Industry, there's a place called Frankensons. They used to do this thing called like a Raider Fest, and Raider legends would come and you would get their autograph. Last year I got Rich Gannon and Tyree Wilson. Yeah. Tyree was like, I think I paid $60 for my girl. We got a picture. And then for Rich, she paid for Rich. Rich was like $40, $50, something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just a different time, different era.
No, 100%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, 100%, man. But like, I just feel like back in the day, the players and the fans had a closer attachment.
Oh yeah, for sure. Which I think you can, depending on your involvement with the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know people who know players like whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, yeah. Like, hey, like this is McFadden. And you're like, bro, that's Darren McFadden. And they're just like, whatever, because they're always around and stuff like that. Yeah.
No, absolutely, man.
You also got to know how to act.
And that's the thing, right? Like, I think, like you said, sometimes you do get those googly eyes. Like, and you know it, like, bro, Max Crosby walks in.
Dude. So okay, that story.
All right.
Remember
Story time.
when they came out to Costa Mesa?
Yeah.
So they came out to Costa Mesa for training. Shout out to my boy Mario MC Raider. He got us tickets to go to the training. So we go. We're in there. It was closed off. It was cool. It was small. We enjoyed the training. So then we're walking, and then he goes, "Hold on." I'm like, "What?" Because the year before we had met some dude in Detroit who worked for player personnel. He's like, "I got a surprise for you. He's gonna bring Max over here." I was like, "Excuse me?" He goes, "Yeah," because Mario's his sobriety. So he's in communication with him. They share sobriety stories. So he legit has messages and stuff like that with him. So we're chilling, and here comes Max, bro. Everybody's gone just to say hi to me and MC Raider. And in my mind, I'm like, bro, just chill. Just like be cool. Be cool. Just he's a regular guy.
Be cool.
Yeah, and I was, yeah. Like he gave dabs to Mario. Hey, what's up, Mario? He's like, hey, this is my boy Cheeto. Da-da-da. Hey, bro, nice to meet you. Appreciate you guys being out here. Like, hey, can we take a picture? That's why I have that picture in the training field of me and Mac. I think Mario blew his up to like a huge picture and put it on his wall. But yeah, things like that. So there are still players that do things like that. But it's like I said again, if you think about it, if he does that for everyone, he gets bombarded. So I can understand why they don't do it all the time or for everyone. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I mean, like, but that's just an experience, right? Like that, and just like so Big Luck is saying that Bijan Robinson was like right in like their area at Pizza Hut, right? So I'll tell you like this: we were at the Super Bowl down there in when it was in Phoenix, right?
Mm-hmm.
They shut down all of Phoenix, bro. Who's walking next to me? Michael freaking Irvin, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, like he's just walking, bro, like next to me, and my wife's like, "Will, turn to your left." I'm like, "Why?" I said, "Why?" And she's like, "Turn to your left." I turn, bro. I said, "It's Michael Irvin," and he just turns and he's like, "What's up, man?" Just walking by, and I'm like, "Oh shit," you know. And I'm like, "Hey, that was the weekend that Warren Sapp got caught up." But you know, let's not get into that.
Let's not get into that. Yeah. But hey, man, real quick before we keep going, shout out to those of you that tuned in. Sorry for being late. I was working. But those of you for coming into the chat, checking out our show, kind of a last impromptu show. But thank y'all for coming through, man. Appreciate y'all. We got to see y'all, got to hear some of Vance's stories. Obviously, me and Will clip it up.
Yeah. Hey.
And put it out there. But yeah.
I want to tell you guys something, man. I want to thank Leo. This is Leo's idea. He wanted to start doing a little bit something different, bringing you guys players, bringing you guys different type of content from us. So, yo, I appreciate you, man. Like, hey, bringing a different idea. I want to thank Steven Chavez right here.
Yes,
in the chat, man.
Thank you,
our
Steven.
boy Steven, hooking it up with Vance Mueller. We had him on, man. He had an hour. So, hey. We appreciate you, man, and thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, man, I'm still shocked. 7,000 calories, like Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That man said he had a 7,000 calorie diet, bro.
What type of meal plan is that, bro? Like you see it, you eat it.
Mm-hmm. I know, right?
That's the insanity. I was like, he said, and then he went from 218 to 2. Bro, that is 20 pounds.
Of muscle, not fat. It's easy to go up in fat.
People don't understand that how much you have to work, bro, to get there. And then that's where, like, I also appreciated that he put it in the type of work that they were dedicating to. This isn't just a week, like, you know, people think, oh, they just work out during the season.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bro, he told you, hey, man, we are putting in work 8-9 months out of the year.
Right.
Just to get ready for the season.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be like, and people think, and I think it's probably changed a little bit that the off season now is a little bit longer for them to rest. But bro, that's an insane thing.
Sorry, it's my mama.
I got you, bro. Hey, mama's there, so hey, that's top priority, no doubt.
Yeah, but it's cool, and I like that we bring that, and it's funny because you'll see players like, oh, I got this player, the big names, but I really love when we get players like Vance, and then we're working on getting Leo on here as well, because you see, like, I don't know, to me it seems like they kind of have to work a little bit harder to keep making the team. Vance Mueller came from Occidental, fourth round draft pick. He played behind Bo and Marcus. He was never going to be the starter. So the work he had to put in and sacrifice to even be a part of the team and continue to do that. It's like, I love hearing stories like this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man, it's because people don't realize, bro, the type of work that these guys
What
put
up,
in,
man?
and you think like he's like a millionaire or something. That's just a retired millionaire, and he's not. He's a guy just working hard, just like you and I. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, that's something that we spoke about. He's like, yeah, a lot of people think that just because you sign a contract in the NFL, that all of a sudden life is over and like you're all tied up and all done for and you got all this money. And it's not like that, man. And these guys are struggling on a daily, on a weekly.
Oh, yeah. And he kind of hinted at it, and I don't normally like asking them about it, but when he jokingly said, I send Matt Miller, my chiropractor, Bill, like, these dudes go through pain afterwards from the body, the toll it took on them from playing for so long, as long as they did.
And I'm glad you hit on it, bro. The physicality back then.
Oh,
just
God,
the way that they played the game.
It was way different, man.
I'll be like, he said it, man. We would go live. They would have the rookies stay after practice to go live with active middle linebackers coming straight down the pipe.
I pictured it too, like an Oklahoma drill. Like, oh my God, and you're a rookie, and you have these big old veterans coming at you full speed. Like, oh my God. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, and that's where I'm like, hey, man, I can really see that because as a coach, what do you say? Well,
don't do any promos with no glasses. At first, I was like, who is this William character?
Steve. Ooh, bro. What you want me to do all without? Man, I can't see nothing now.
And Jeff brings up a good point. And I think maybe one of the ones we do in the future, I'll ask them about that. But you see the amount of injuries you see now happen, right? Mm-hmm. And how long it takes for a team to even get rolling now into the season. Before it's like, oh, they don't start rolling until like week 4 or week 5. The NFL Players Association has done a lot, one, to protect their players. So I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad. Because you've seen what happens. I remember when I met Otto, dude couldn't even walk. His knees were like shot completely, right? Some of the other legends I've seen, trouble walking. So I get why they protect them. But yeah, practices are cut short now. They can only practice so many times. They can only practice so long with pads. They can only meet up so many times in the off season, right? With it being a fine or considered illegal nowadays. So yeah, so I mean, and I get what you're saying, Jeff. Like, made them soft with all the limits they put on them. I don't know if it would make them soft, because I would still be, hesitant to take a hit from some of these fools. So I wouldn't say they're soft, but it's definitely affected, I guess, what you see on the field sometimes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I will put it like this. You practice the way you play, and that's the way you do things. And unfortunately now, because of the limited reps and limited physicality that there is in practice, that's why you see an abundance of injuries, right? Because you try to go full go when you're practicing at half speed.
Yeah, the tackling.
Yeah. And a lot of fans get frustrated and they don't and here's the thing, right? Here's why I sometimes get frustrated. When a guy goes like, oh, I can't believe that guy missed that tackle. I can't believe he did that. I go like, hey, motherfucker, go line up. I want you to go make that tackle.
Yeah.
Tackles in open space are difficult. They're not easy, man. It'll be like speed, adjusting, breaking down, like reading it and taking away cutbacks is not an easy thing.
You know what I thought was the hardest? Was when they changed the way you had to tackle.
When you didn't go crossbody anymore?
Yeah, where you were no longer allowed to come in, head first, or which I completely understand why. But trying to reprogram someone who learned how to tackle their entire career that way from when they were kids, and then telling them, no, now you got to go like from the chest down, or things like that, and I could see why that would be hard for someone. Yeah, yeah.
I think what the most difficult part of the tackle is now is the targeting area.
Yeah,
Certain area, right? And now with quarterbacks, man.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. I'd be like, you can't finish a tackle, you can't hold on to them.
Certain quarterbacks, because Gino got hit late and they didn't throw one damn flag.
Can we talk? So I want to ask you about that, Gino. And now that we're talking about it, I've seen a lot of hits being done with Geno Smith late in the game and being like a questionable, right? I haven't seen too many flags, but yet when I watch other games and I watch our team and our defense out there on that field, I feel like we get called for those on a consistent basis.
Right.
Oh, you hit him in the face mask. Well, what happens when you hit Geno in the face mask? Yeah. What happens when you hit Geno low? What happens when you hit Geno late? Right. And do you think that this is something that runs rampant in the NFL, that there are certain quarterbacks that will get a call?
Oh, yeah.
Quarterbacks that won't?
Absolutely. And I think Geno is a prime example of that because he's not one of the elite tier money makers in the NFL. And I think the refs are programmed and told to protect them. I mean, if you told me we were going to play Kansas City, right, big rivalry game coming up, or even say Kansas City versus New England was coming up, but Mahomes got hurt because they were hitting him so much the game before. So now the NFL is like, now we're going to lose money because the Chiefs don't have Mahomes. That changes everything, or Mahomes, Herbert, or things of that nature. When it comes to the big names, I think they do protect them and they get the extra calls. Mm-hmm. Joe Burrow, same way. I mean, he will, but you definitely can see the ones that don't and the ones that do. Unfortunately, we have a quarterback that's not going to get those kind of calls because he's not one of their golden boys. He's not the moneymaker for them. Yeah.
So this is going to lead me into my next question. And it's already been brought up. Let me ask you this. Yeah. Do you think we're going to go quarterback in the first round next draft?
I'll tell you this. I can see us doing it because it's a need. As a person who watches college football and has looked at this upcoming draft class, this draft class is not as deep or as big or as good as, say, the one where May, Daniels, and Caleb came in. Like those three, like, damn, 1, 2, 3, remember that. I don't see that with this draft class. There's so many other high profile players that you can go out there and get. The first one that comes to my mind is Bain. Bain out of Miami. Shout out to my boy on 6 to the youth.
Oh, everybody's on the Bain train right now.
I was on the Bain train after week 1 when that dude went off against Notre Dame. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Right? But no, I don't see that quarterback yet, and I get it. Fernando Mendoza, he's the one turning heads out there, things like that, and stuff. But to me, it doesn't have to be in the first round. I don't see one where you have to be the number 1 pick, and that has to be your guy. Like, I don't see a Peyton Manning. I don't see a Caleb Williams, or who was the other one that went up? Joe Burrow. No question. Boom, number 1, right? I don't see that one in this draft class. Because Moore is staying in. He's not coming out. Out of Oregon, he's not coming out. Right? Simpson from Alabama, he might stay another year. I don't know if he comes out. Arch.
Doesn't somebody already have bad blood with Chip Kelly anyways?
Who?
The one that played for UCLA and then he transferred out of UCLA.
Oh, Nico? No. No, Nico's not at UCLA. He's out. Mm-hmm.
No, somebody doesn't. Somebody already is talking about one of those quarterbacks.
But probably.
Like, the thing is this, right? Like, we keep talking like one specific group. I think the Raiders really just need to concentrate on getting blue chip players.
There's 2 ways you can do it. And shout out to my homeboy Rundown who pointed out. Mm-hmm. There's some of us in our little group chat. We're about doing it the Chiefs way. Andy Reid. right?
Okay.
About
Hit
doing
me
it
with
that
your
way.
hit
So
me with the Andy Reid way. What is the
so
Andy
their
Reid
way is they built a team and they had a formidable quarterback in Alex Smith, but they built the team. You know, they developed an O line, they had receivers, they had a good defense, drafting well, mind you, the whole time, right? Drafting well. And then once they saw their guy, a la Patrick Mahomes, they moved up, got him, let him chill, sit back, because Alex Smith was only going to get you so far, right? Put him in, and then all of a sudden, boom, you have this explosion. Because Mahomes is surrounded with Kelsey, with Tyreek Hill. You know, they've had numerous running backs, right? Good O-line until they did it. And then once they got beat by Tampa, what did they go do? They went to go build an O-line to get him protection. Or you do what Washington or maybe even New England, right? You get your guy, you get your quarterback, but then you start adding pieces around him while you develop that guy. You look at what New England's doing with Drake May. They drafted him last year, completely different New England team. This year they went out, got some pieces for him, got him a running back. They brought in Josh McDaniels as an offensive coordinator. Huge help for Drake May. You know, they brought in.
Oh my!
Look at Chase on.
Josh McDaniels is an upgrade.
An offensive coordinator, I said, not a head coach. You know?
Oh.
Yeah. So I mean, there's different ways to do that, but to me, the thing is like the Raiders have to find what their way is going to be and stick to that plan. Right? If you're going to go get your guy, go get your guy. If that's your guy, you believe in him, go get him. But stand 10 toes down with him if it don't work out.
And that's why when you just said what you just said, right? You stand 10 toes down with it.
Yeah.
I don't think Mendoza's that guy.
You see, and for various reasons. Like, okay, let me ask, why don't you think Mendoza's that guy?
So, okay, I'm not going to go off all these crazy stats, and everybody's going to say that I'm going to go off what I see as a coach, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So when I see a guy as a coach that I just don't see him being the guy that can put the team on his back, not have an offensive line that is blocking for him, and not have players that can create space. He's not a guy like Peyton Manning that can take a regular Joe Schmo or a Tom Brady that can take a Wes Welker and make him into somebody special.
Right.
He needs special players around him in order to perform at that level, and I don't think we have.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So that's the way I see it. I mean, like I think the kid's talented. I think he could definitely play in certain systems. But for us, for this team right now, we're nowhere near ready for a team or a player like that because he's not a leader. He's not a guy that's going to come in there and be
but for you, it's the leadership qualities with Mendoza. You don't think he has that yet.
And can he do certain things on the field? Absolutely. But I don't think he could do them at a high enough level to carry the team on his back.
Okay. All right. So you're like that movie Draft Day. You just Bo don't have it. So you don't want to take Bo at number 1, the quarterback. Remember that movie Draft Day?
Yeah. No, I do. And that's where and that's the way I'm seeing it, right? Like because if you go like, hey, if somebody was
like, why didn't nobody go to his party? Like,
hey, why is it that how does he do against the blitz or you see it you see those things, I mean, like or in a game when he gets rattled.
Bo Callahan, that was his name. Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah, Bo, this guy is in the movies, and
it's funny because I get what you're saying about Mendoza, and I'm still waiting to see that it factor. The one that I like, and he's not really a first round quarterback because of his size. I like his story. And his leadership is Diego Pava out of Vanderbilt. Yeah.
So,
but I get made fun of because he's so small. So then they'll be like, "Damn, Leo wants a mini squad in the back." Because they make fun of Gentie's height already. We got Trey Tucker, and then you had our little quarterback.
But here's the thing, right? Who cares? Drew Brees was a mini guy. Can he? And that's my question, right?
Yeah.
Can he sit in the pocket and look in between the gaps? Just like Drew Brees does. Kyler Murray cannot, and this is why I have a big problem with Kyler Murray. People say, "Oh, bring Kyler Murray," but
I said
here's my biggest problem: Kyler Murray cannot look in between his linemen. And that's what Drew Brees did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, and I knew he was going to say that. So when we did the draft, we saw the draft. When we got Jack Besh, we both looked at each other like, because the story of his brother and all that, it's a good story. I'm like, bro, we don't need another football story. So Diego Pavia would be a good story, right? Because of his journey, his struggle to make it to the NFL. Yeah.
He might win the Heisman.
Diego, no, he won't win the Heisman. Diego won't win the Heisman. No.
Isn't he in the running for the Heisman?
No, it's basically Mendoza's to lose at this point. Yeah.
No, is it now? I'm like, because from what I saw, Pablo was, when I saw last, at least probably a couple weeks ago, Pablo was still in the talks for it.
He's like on the outside looking in. Yeah.
But at the same time, for you to bring a team like Vanderbilt to that type of relevance,
right.
You know, it shows you a little something. And my thing again goes back to saying, I don't care if we got a mini squad. I don't care if you're producing. Shoot, give me 15 minis. We'll take them, right? Because they're producing. The thing is, like, when I see Pablo is, again, how is he going to do in Chip Kelly's offense?
That's Chip Kelly going to use him? Yes, the coach.
And that's where I'm starting to,
like, do you trust Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly to groom and bring up a quarterback?
That's the question.
Now, you say we bring in Brian Daboll, I feel a little bit more comfortable letting him develop a quarterback, you know? So it's like, that's the other thing you have to think about. Who's the one who's going to develop this guy?
And now that Daboll is an option, right?
Mm-hmm. If he is, I don't think so, but I think he's going to go back to college. I honestly think he's going to take over Penn State.
I think he's going to take a break because he's going to want a head coaching spot.
Yeah.
He's not going to want to be an assistant.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Sometimes this NFL shit gets to you. Like, it's so much drama. Like, there's a college coach out there that said, I don't want to go to the NFL because you're not raising men anymore, right? You're trying to get millionaires to listen to you. Yeah. And that's a big difference.
So let me ask you this, though. Chino. Okay. Mm-hmm. You got Chip Kelly getting paid $6 million a year.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna fire him after one season? Offensive coordinator contracts are guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
You gonna how long was Chip's contract for?
His is longer than Pete. Pete was 3 with the 4th year, so I believe Chip is 4 with the 5 year. Yeah.
So you're gonna give up another $24 million for an offensive coordinator that's sitting on the sideline?
No, that's crazy.
I mean, like, and that's the
other part. The team has to decide, like, are we going to continue this coaching cycle? Like Vance just said, right? Give them time. I know it's hard, but if you give them time, can they show you something? Yeah.
So let me ask you this. How long are you willing to wait?
I think I said it a couple of weeks ago. I'm at the point where we've bringing in so many people and we only give them a year expecting that instant change. I want to start giving these dudes at least 2 years before we start saying get the hell out of here, no matter how the team looks, right? Now, if it gets to the point where they're lighting the building on fire and, we got this guy out of here, like with Josh McDaniels, then I understand you got rid of him for that reason. But if the team's playing, like I told you, these last 2 games, even though they were losses, that's all I wanted to see out of this team. Was a competitive game, even though it was ugly. But at least it was a competitive game. Blowouts?
You heard me, yep.
I hate them. All right? Kansas City game to me was the most disappointing, bro. 31-0. And Andy Reid took his foot off the pedal because it was Pete Carroll on the other sideline.
Bro, don't you? I mean, like, and that was the toughest game, right? Because we didn't see any fight. And Vance said it, man, earlier. Mm-hmm. He saw the fight in this team.
Yeah.
And for you to see the fight in the team means a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
What is Mark made 24 million with one event at Allegiant? Not my fault. He made a bad investment.
Yeah, just make it right. You can highlight them, bro. You're a thing too.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. I mean, like,
See, this one's interesting because Coach Mike McDaniel's out of Miami. I like him. We both wear cargo pants with our leg up, so I like him.
oh, wow.
So I like him.
I see what Cheeto's standards are for you. I like him.
But in Mike, I don't see his ability to lead men. That's been his problem in Miami. I think he has an amazing, bright mind, but I don't think he has that ability to lead men.
Can I just put it like this?
Yeah.
Some guys are built to be head coaches, and some guys are built to be coordinators.
Yeah, and I think he's
McDaniels is a fantastic offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Offensive mind is off the charts.
Mm-hmm.
But when you talk about having discipline in your locker room and growing a culture, and this is the thing where Vance came on. He said, there was a culture. There is a way to do things in a way that I was taught when they came here.
Someone said we need that back. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, we need that. The Raiders need somebody to establish the locker room culture. And that's one thing I wanted to ask him about too. Like, I really wanted to see how important it is to have that locker room culture.
Yeah. And I think I said this the other day in a video, and that's what frustrated me about what Butler said. Not so much what Butler said, but it was the fact that it started with the coaching. We were both in the military. Shit like that starts from the top and it goes down, right?
Yeah.
If your leadership is barking and arguing with each other, us, the ones who are supposed to be following them, we're following their lead. Like Pete's blaming Chip's blaming this dude, this and that dude. No, it's that guy. Oh, let's get rid of the special team coach. Of course, your players are going to be pointing fingers because that's what the coaching staff is doing. You got to set the culture.
I'm gonna tell you, man, and when you get some of this is the sign of a bad team.
Yeah,
100%. I'm gonna tell you. Adam Butler, while he has every right to feel that way, should address that in the locker room and should go, hey, you know what, guys? We're pulling our weight. We're doing our thing. Right. What the fuck? Straight up.
You're right. But when I noticed that was not going to be a thing with this team was when the whole Wilkins thing came out. And it was about a complaint that someone went to HR. I didn't even know football teams had an HR, big dog. I was like, what do you mean a player went to HR to complain? Like, what?
Well, and here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Good teams have a good culture. They have a way of doing things. They have you come in and you understand what your assignment is as a rookie, what you're going to do. Coaches have set a bad precedent on this team with one. If you look at our offensive line. Our offensive line doesn't have any continuity. They got switched around. Players are feeling like, they're not being used correctly, etc. There's a lot of stuff going on in this locker room and in this culture that the Raiders need help with, man. Yeah. I'll be like, and it's sad to say because it's not just with the coaches, it's with the players as well.
Right.
I'll be like, tell me like this.
Steven wants to know who our podcast HR is.
Hey, you send that in that complaint right there to
James.
James. Make sure you said over there. Yep, James is our HR department here at the Most Notorious Podcast. So make sure you send him your complaints.
And that's true what Manuel was saying. So at that point, who's the leader in the locker room?
I'm going to tell you like this. We all say Max Crosby's the leader in the locker room, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that he's a leader in the locker room for the defense. I don't think he encompasses the whole team.
The whole team. Yeah.
And I'll tell you like this. The reason that we say this is because usually when you talk about the offensive side of the ball, it's either going to be the running back or the quarterback that leads the team in that function. And Geno Smith has shown absolute zero ability.
he tried to show that he was going to be, but his play has shown otherwise. Yeah.
That again, zero ability to lead because players don't follow players that are struggling.
Yeah.
And that, you know what, you can hold other players accountable. Absolutely. Like when you say, hey, this receiver didn't run the right route. But again, why do it in public? Why not do it in private?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And everything the Raiders are doing is in public, bro. We look like the fucking Kardashians.
Oh
We're the
my God.
Kardashians of the NFL.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bro, it's the truth. Look at every little single issue that the Raiders have. It makes national media news.
See, the thing with Colton, I've told with Colton, but Colton doesn't seem like that vocal leader. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Colton is a leader for the offensive line.
Yeah, but not even in that sense as a vocal one. Yeah, more like just the veteran presence. Yeah.
And that's where, like, there's a difference, right? Leadership and being a presence there are two different things. Yeah. It's like when you went to the Navy, there was a guy that taught you how to do things, that showed you the ropes. And then there was your senior chief that just walked in and was like, what are you doing? Mendegas? Oh, nothing, sir. Or nothing, chief. Okay. Talk to you later.
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean, like, let's look at that and let's be real. I don't think the Raiders have that right now.
No, they don't.
Mm-hmm. And are they developing that?
I hope so. I hope they find it somewhere on the offensive side. I've always felt on the defense, Max is that. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I'd be like, no, we need a leader that's not.
See, this is why you get HR called on you. Shit like that.
Don't make me have to report you, Steven.
I'm gonna release the video to make us famous. Oh man.
Yeah. But what's the solution, Cheeto? I mean, like, and here's the thing, right? Like, we keep talking, everybody, and I feel like everybody on a podcast right now is, we talk about all the problems, and then you have Mitchell Rents with this freaking clickbait shit that he thinks fucking, like, we're going to land Dan Marino next week out of retirement, right? That's going to be the next thing. The Raiders need this.
Yeah.
Oh, there's really no one answer.
No, and that's the thing. There's multiple ways. And like I said earlier, it has to be a way they find it and they need to stick with it. They're either going to go get their guy in the draft and build around him, or they're going to build and then find your guy to insert. One of the two. But they have to decide how they're going to do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So who is another possibility that you could see from all this disaster this year arising as a possible leader for our team next year?
I would have said Adam Butler after the comments he made. I don't know.
I'd be like, and that could be a part of learning. Yeah, you know how to be a leader.
You know what? I hope someone like Chin, maybe on the back end. The cornerbacks, it's a room. It's new. Mm-hmm. But on the offense, I really, really wanted it to be JPJ. I did. I thought he was going to be that guy. I don't think he's, for whatever reason, he's not being allowed. I understand he has his flaws. I get it. He is not the most perfect lineman. He throws his body out there when he has no business throwing it.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, but I'll tell you like this. So, have you ever heard? Like, I don't think JPJ's that type. I think JPJ's a rah-rah guy. Like, I'll go kick his ass, but I just don't see him as a guy that's able.
No, he's more like your pit bull. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see him as a guy that can lift that.
But I don't think we have. You know what's funny? I think we traded away our leader on the offense. That's the sad part.
Kobe?
Mm-hmm. We traded him away.
What do you think about his comments he said before the Jaguars game?
We don't deserve him. We don't deserve a player like that.
Dude, oh my, bro. When he came out and he said that,
yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, well, we should trade. And I was against it. I was like, bro, I don't want, but he's a good guy. That right there, bro, was like to me, was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
I need 10 of those guys on my team.
Mm-hmm.
Willing to go, hey, you know what? Guys, it's going to turn around. Keep fighting.
Yeah.
Keep doing you. To my guys in Vegas. Bro.
Yeah, it's hard. I don't think we have one yet because we're either we have a veteran who's been here so long and they're not leaders, or we have really young guys that we need to still see who they are to be able to find that on the thing. Like I can see Ashton eventually becoming one. As more of a veteran presence, as I could see him becoming one. Right now, no. Mm-mm. Yeah.
Jackson,
Brock Bowers. Yeah. I'm more of a rah guy.
It's not bad, I like when I see people put their names as JPJ in the chat.
Yeah,
hey, JPJ, yes, you are more of a rah guy, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so you said it, right? Ashton Genty can become that part of a leader. But Tito, it takes a certain personality. It takes a guy that's vocal.
It does, but also the organization. Like, I know people like to blame Kobe, like, oh, if he was that, he wouldn't have asked to leave. No, but the organization has to have some accountability as well. How are you treating your leaders on this team?
100%. This is a two-way street, bro. Here's the thing. People think that the Raiders are like, oh, everybody should give up everything to be a Raider. This is a
only
freaking business. This is a business. Okay? Like, if you go get paid, you're not going to go take a pay cut to go work for less.
Yeah, no.
You're going to make your money.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. We have been consistently bad at that. We give players that are bad cultured players that come in, don't produce, don't do a damn thing for this team, and we'll pay them.
Right.
But a guy that comes in and sacrifices, has been here with bad quarterbacks, has been here through the good and the bad, and is still a positive guy, we're going to send him off, and we're going to say, hey, thank you so much, but we're going to get a 4th and a 6th round pick for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is why we're consistently bad.
Yeah, we don't deserve good players sometimes. Mm-hmm. And until that changes, I think it's going to stay that way. Like when people say, like, oh, they could have signed this guy, they could have signed that guy. Why did those guys decide not to come?
And let's look at it. we had Robertson, he left. Meek left.
Yeah.
He left. We had Spillane. He did good for us. We let him walk. We keep letting all these guys walk, man. All these players that produce, but the reason is one key thing that you said.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have so much inconsistency up top.
Right.
Guys just get changed around. Shit, Raiders don't deserve us. 100%.
Some of us, not all of us, Steve.
Yeah, that's true. That's 100% true, man. But it's sad to say. And again, now that we're struggling this year and we're saying, hey, let's give some stability.
Yeah.
How quick are the fans to immediately say, hey, we're struggling, fire them?
And that's why I say only some of them. Because even as a fan base, we've gone a bit delusional where you like, oh, fire this guy and bring this guy. He'll change it. We keep doing the same shit over and over. And I get it. You get tired of it. But then we act like we weren't for it when it first happened. Like people who shit on Minshew last year, right? Half those motherfuckers were for it when it started. And then he starts playing bad. And the same thing with Geno. Some motherfuckers were all about Geno and Geno this and the most accurate and putting up stats of how he plays indoors versus how he plays outdoors. And now all of a sudden it's like he's trash. Like, and if imagine the fans thinking that way. Imagine if that's how the team was run. We would
you just spoke so much truth right there, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you like this. I remember when Gardner Minshew was signed, we had our, super fans, quote unquote, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dressing up as Gardner Minshew and like looking like Gardner Minshew because they thought, oh yeah, great player pickup because he just came off his Pro Bowl
No,
or
no, no.
something like that
Great
season.
player because he's a hippie that lived in a fucking van.
No, bro, like that. That one you just hit me with something different. That's for sure. But I mean, like he people are so swayed by names.
Yeah.
Right? It was like when Randy Moss, when Warren Sapp came, when all these guys have come.
Antonio Brown.
Nomás para venir a cagarla, güey.
Bro, when I tell you.
And I had to say it in Spanish, guys. I'm going to tell you guys like that. They just came to shit the bed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be like, and that's where I have a hard time. People telling me, oh, just one player.
Yeah,
oh,
and that's why I told you 2 ways. It's either you do it hopefully you hit on a guy and it happens instantly, or you let them try and build something and then you work your way up to that. Yeah, so
no, absolutely.
Yeah, I gotta get back to work. But hey, you know what? I like this. If this works for you on Friday, we might start doing something in the middle of the day on Fridays like this.
Yeah, we'll do a lunchtime lunch break.
And we could definitely add the SAP button for when William starts to talk in Spanish.
Yeah. Yeah, for William. Guillermo. When Guillermo starts talking in Espanol.
Bro, the other day someone said my full legal name in the work chat. What the fuck you saying my whole ass name for?
No, hey, the only person that uses my full legal name is my mama. That's when she's pissed off, bro.
And that's what I told people. Someone said my name, and I only my mother and my father use my whole last name. And when I hear that name, I get up. So don't do that.
Man.
But hey, man, I appreciate you having Vance on here. Hopefully we can get some other guys to come up here, talk it up. Sorry, today was just one of those things where there's stuff going on at work and I got extended, and but normally the time frame is free. Mm-hmm.
We all know Cheeto's always late. He's Mexican. Shows up 15 minutes late to everything.
That's not true though, because I was in the military, bro. I am very punctual. People sometimes think I'm weird because I get upset if we're late to a movie. Like they don't understand. I need time to stand in line, get my soda, get my popcorn. I want to sit down and be comfortable before the trailers come on.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'd be on Mexican time. I was in the military, and people be like, you're only an hour late today? You're on time.
I really try not to. It's just balancing work and this that makes me late. But for the most part, I am not a late person. The one time we were at the movie theater, I was getting so impatient. My brother legit told my girl, I'll stay out here with you and get the snacks. Just tell him to go inside the movie theater and sit down. Because my brother's about to lose it. And I was about to lose it, bro.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy. Because if with me, bro, it's totally opposite. My wife, she's the one pushing and going we gotta be there fucking on time. But I'm like, I'm brown. I have an excuse for being late already.
It is me.
I was just
it is me that makes it late. And it's normally because I'm driving coming back home from work. And I have to get here and then log on and all that other stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Always thinks
it's man.
It's Leo.
It is.
Hey, but Leo, hey, I appreciate you, big dog, guys. Everybody in the chat, we appreciate y'all for chiming in, being on this. And like Leo said, hey, you guys enjoyed this. We're gonna keep doing this on every Friday afternoon, having you guys come in, chime in. We'll have some fresh new shows. We'll have some fresh new guests. And hey, we'll be concentrated more on getting special guests on this show and stuff like that.
Sure.
So that way you guys know on Tuesdays it's gonna stay legit. It's gonna stay all TBH stuff. But other than that,
shout out to the homie Steven for helping with today and making that happen. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I can't wait to have him on here as well. Hey guys, make sure you guys hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And anytime you guys are in any of our chats, man, if you guys are on that YouTube, do us a favor. Get in that little click and go over to the right. It's going to say hype. Click on that little hype stream.
Oh, I saw that button.
Yeah. So what it does, it puts us into the live stream chats. It gets us more active. It makes it so the live stream blows up. So do us a favor. Anytime you guys see us, our boy Raider Jeff, you see us. Hey, what's up, sis Marlene? see any of us, put us in that hype stream, man. Maybe Raider Nation will listen. Maybe the Raiders won't. But at the end of the day, it's all about one nation. It's all about one team, baby.
All right.
It's all about the Raiders.
Peace out, fam. You guys take it easy.
Trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
And I approve this message.
Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby, win, baby, win, baby. We are the Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby, win, baby, win, baby. Don't need no invitation. We are that Raider Nation. We rock that black and silver. We make them shake and shiver. We make them reconsider. And we still committed. So if you want a piece of this, you can come and get it. Touchdown, touchdown. Let's throw a bomb on first down. Let's throw a bomb on every down. First we score, then we clown. Having fun, look around. Nobody loud as a Raider crowd. Nobody proud as a Raider crowd. NFL, how you like me now? We gon' do this open style. Nothing but action. I'm Bo Jackson, hit the hole. Run you over, goal line. Jumping over, going crazy. Lose your soul, lose your mind in the black hole. Here's the goal, Super Bowl. And everybody here, get the goal. Don't need no